还错过了很多人，错过了很多人。
前2天，一位网友发布的一条视频火了。凌晨1点，夜深人静，深圳的一处公厕里却人满为患。仔细一看，原来里面
All will be covered today in China Undercover. Part 1. Accepting false jobs and signing fake labor contracts has become a necessity for Chinese students seeking degrees. France's International Herald Tribune highlighted this report from Sixth Tone, indicating that some Chinese universities are pressuring students to accept fake jobs in order to meet employment quotas. Multiple students have reported this situation to Chinese media outlet Sixth Tone. A student from Hunan University of Finance and Economics revealed that her school falsified an employment contract in her name and then posted it on the National Graduate Employment Service platform. However, the young student successfully canceled the contract. Nevertheless, she worries that the traces of this false agreement signed with a government agency might affect her future employment opportunities. Students from other schools have described how school administrators used high-pressure tactics to force them to sign. Some universities have even threatened to revoke diplomas if students refuse. On July 17th, the Chinese Communist Party's National Bureau of Statistics reported a youth unemployment rate of 21.3 in June. However, an article by Zhang Dandan, an associate professor at Peking University, suggests that if the approximately 16 million individuals who are lying flat or living off their parents without working are considered unemployed, the actual unemployment rate for young people in March could be as high as 46.5, far above the official rate of 19.7s reported that month. Official data released by the CP for May showed an unemployment rate of 4.1 for adults, aged 25, 59. But how accurate is this figure? The true predicament of China's economy is so complex that even economists struggle to provide a rational explanation. However, due to soaring youth unemployment rates, the practice of falsifying employment data has become more common in higher education institutions this year. This has prompted authorities to take more targeted measures to combat data manipulation in reporting. Given that the employment rate of graduates is closely related to universities' performance assessments and reputation, it's challenging for authorities to completely eliminate this practice. Since 2011, the Ministry of Education has required majors with 2 consecutive years of employment rates below 60 to have their enrollment quotas reduced or even canceled. Some researchers have suggested that the government should grant universities more autonomy in running their programs. On social media, it's easy to find posts on how to obtain fake employment certificates. The demand for such certificates has also led to the emergence of a black market, with sellers on e-commerce platforms like Taobao offering fake certificate services for around 100 yuan, used 14. On August 15, China's Statistical Department announced that it would stop publishing statistics on youth employment. This move has been interpreted by outsiders as discarding the thermometer due to excessively high temperatures. However, it appears that the actual temperature is much higher than the numbers shown on the thermometer. Part 2.1. After the pandemic's aftermath, China's journey towards economic revival appears uncertain as reports of job cuts and unemployment saturate all spheres. The unemployment rate among young Chinese individuals has surged to unprecedented levels, while the situation for middle-aged unemployment is equally distressing. The domestic job market is struggling to absorb the influx of recent graduates, and the troubling trend of age-based bias against individuals over 35 is worsening. For numerous skilled workers, reaching the age of 45 symbolizes the termination of their career prospects, resulting in enduring joblessness. Part 2.2. Recent accounts from independent media shed light on the predicament faced by unemployed individuals in their middle age. The impact is even more pronounced for those who previously held lucrative positions. In a July interview with independent media, Qin Tao, a 38-year-old former reporter for Southern Weekend, shared his experience. I hold a master's degree from a prestigious 985 university. Despite my impressive work
确
history
实
and
确
advanced
实有时
degree,
候
I've been jobless for
还
over a
是还
year,
错过
with
了很
over
多人，
90-80 of my job applications ignored. It's
错过了
disheartening
很多
that
人。
once you cross the age of 35, your worth seems to diminish. Not long ago, I found job hunting a relatively straightforward task. Frankly, in the past year, I downloaded nearly every job-seeking app, reaching out to potential employers 3 times, resulting in only a handful of interview invitations. More often than not, my applications were left untouched. It's bewildering that even for smaller companies, there were multiple interview rounds, sometimes even with top executives. Eventually, I was competing against high-ranking professionals for the same role. Following the easing of pandemic restrictions, Chen Tao found employment delivering food. However, his stint ended 3 months later due to vanishing orders. Chen Tao recounted, "I would sometimes wait for hours at night, hoping for an order that never came. I even resorted to using software to secure orders, but it was futile." Wu Liang, once the head of a department in an internet firm, relocated to Beijing 16 years ago to build his career. At 41, he now has a family in the city, including 2 children in primary school. His wife abandoned her dream job to support him, taking on full-time childcare responsibilities. Much like others his age, he shoulders the responsibilities of life, from housing to car loans. These costs were manageable due to his stable income. However, as the industry plummeted, the stable life he enjoyed became vulnerable amidst successive waves of layoffs. This upheaval left him perpetually anxious and stressed. When the layoffs ensued, no one was exempt, including him. Initially, he viewed unemployment as a chance to recuperate from years of exhaustive work. But it dawned on him that this loss of employment severed his family's sole source of income. Faced with ongoing daily expenses, Guo Liang watched his sense of security evaporate. What were once manageable financial obligations now feel like insurmountable burdens weighing him down. Despite his efforts to secure another job, his resumes seem to vanish into thin air due to his age. With current unemployment scenario, his life resembles a derailed train hurtling into an abyss, dragging his family along with him. According to media reports, Long Yin, a 36-year-old graduate of Tsinghua University with a master's degree, has shared his experience as a sanitation worker on the internet, sparking widespread discussions. In 2019, Long Yin was admitted to Tsinghua University's education program, becoming the oldest student in his class. He had previously turned down a job offer with an annual salary of 350,000 ROM. In March of this year, he took his child to chat with sanitation workers in a park. Initially, it was a bet with his child to see if he could handle the job, believing it to be a valuable opportunity to educate his child. This Tsinghua Master's graduate working as a sanitation worker is actually just experiencing a different way of life. Similarly, there are Tsinghua PhD holders who are delivering food. The reasons behind this might be similar, and it's not necessarily due to the inability to find a job that matches their education. There was once a highly popular video with the caption, "Fate has knocked me down, but it can never defeat me. So, young one, are you going to stop here?" These words were from a short video posted by Mo Mingyong, a Tsinghua University PhD student. In the video, Mo Mingyong is dressed in a delivery uniform, holding his student ID card, standing at the entrance of Tsinghua University. Mo Mingyong not only holds a PhD from Tsinghua, but has also graduated from the London School of Political Economy. He had faced failed entrepreneurial ventures that left him in debt. During difficult times, he not only worked as a food delivery person, but also sold English lessons online. An article featured on a mainland public social media account narrates the journey of Wei Peng, a 45-year-old individual who held the position of CEO a decade ago, earning an impressive annual salary of 800,000 ream and overseeing a team of over 100 employees. However, This year has brought about a stark transformation for Wei Ping, as he lost his job and now toils as a courier, earning a mere 18 per hour. His story resonates with many middle-aged individuals who find themselves unemployed and have humbly taken up jobs in the food and package delivery sector. This burgeoning phenomenon has given rise to a novel term in China: urban nomads. These are predominantly middle-aged people who, on the surface, mimic a daily work routine, spending their days in libraries, cafes, shopping malls, or seated on park benches. Some bring along their own sustenance and pass the entire day sitting beside parks or riversides. Those who once occupied high-paying positions and now face unemployment confront a more dire situation than their younger counterparts, as they are the financial pillars of their families. Starbucks, a name that once denoted a setting for sophisticated business negotiations and collaborations, has gained notoriety in recent times. It has become a haven for the unemployed, sparking widespread attention. Concealed within the walls of these cafes are middle-aged individuals who have recently lost their livelihoods. They carry the immense burden of supporting their families, yet struggle to secure new employment that aligns with their aspirations. Amidst these bewildering circumstances, they harbor concerns about their families' misconceptions, anxieties, and fear the insincere empathy from their friends. Their sole recourse is to order the most economical coffee available at Starbucks and retreat to a corner, feigning busyness. Xi'an embodies one of these unemployed souls. Once a senior manager in a company, he flaunted a steady income and a promising career path. However, as the company's fortunes dwindled, he was compelled to relinquish his role amidst a wave of layoffs. Each morning, Xi'an followed his routine, dressing impeccably, squeezing into the rush-hour subway, entering a coffee shop, securing a secluded seat, and commencing his day. Now, his sole occupation is seeking employment and attending interviews. For individuals in their middle age, work constitutes their secondary life. A prestigious occupation signifies their status and confidence. The stark disparity in their current status makes it arduous for him to swallow his pride, to accept that years of diligent effort have culminated in uncertainty, and to commence anew. Nevertheless, reality confronts him head-on. Those who show interest in him fail to meet his requirements, while those he chooses remain unresponsive. Every day, he finds himself ensnared in a cycle of frustration, driving himself further down a dead-end path of life. This encapsulates the prevailing state of the Chinese job market for individuals in their middle age. Reclaiming their erstwhile positions proves to be a formidable challenge. Historian Li Yuanhua, residing in Australia, offered insights into this issue. He expressed, due to the deteriorating economic environment under the Chinese Communist Party, many individuals who formerly enjoyed secure employment now find themselves without jobs. These individuals frequent Starbucks daily, revising and submitting their resumes, primarily to shield their families from this harsh reality. This age group typically shoulders responsibilities for both elderly parents and young children, intensifying their familial duties. Hence, they strive to secure new employment as swiftly as possible, hoping to prevent their sudden joblessness from casting a shadow over their family. Li Yuanhua added, in a typical society, individuals with extensive education and valuable work experience who contribute significantly to their organizations are highly esteemed. However, the corporate culture under the Chinese Communist Party has strayed from this norm. Consequently, when the economy falters and job openings become scarce, the competition among young people intensifies, rendering those slightly older seemingly expendable. Part 2.3. The persistent high unemployment rate in China can be attributed to many primary factors. Firstly, the unwavering enforcement of the Xi Jinping administration's 3-year zero COVID policy has artificially stagnated the economy, resulting in numerous business closures and a dramatic surge in unemployment. Secondly, the Chinese government's crackdown on private enterprises, including internet platform companies and the education and training sectors, has stifled job opportunities. The education sector crackdown alone has led to nearly 10 million job losses. Official data from mainland China's enterprise data company, Xi'an, reveals the collapse of over 4.45 million private enterprises, which contribute to almost 80% of employment in China. Thirdly, China's economy is drifting away from the global economy, causing supply chain outsourcing and reduced orders. The CPC's official data states that foreign enterprises, constituting 2 of market entities, have provided employment for about 40 million individuals, equivalent to 10 of the urban employment population. If this trend of economic decoupling persists, it could exacerbate the employment challenges for Chinese citizens. Lastly, the CCP government's education marketization has led to a disconnect between talent supply and market demand, exacerbating unemployment issues. These underlying causes of unemployment in China are projected to persist and potentially intensify, posing a significant threat to the CCP regime's social stability. In response to this crisis, the CCP Central Committee and the State Council issued guidelines on promoting the development and growth of the private economy, an unprecedented move that emphasizes the importance of expanding domestic demand, enhancing consumption, and supporting private investment. This strategic shift acknowledges the necessity of revitalizing the economy and job market. However, this change in approach follows years of governmental suppression of private enterprises, particularly in technology, education, and real estate sectors. This suppression has hindered these businesses from providing job opportunities and stifled entrepreneurial zeal. The private enterprise sector has faced continuous restructuring, with private investment growth showing a noticeable decline. The urgency of China's economic stagnation has forced authorities to seek support from private enterprises, even after previously suppressing them. Amid this economic turmoil, experts like Professor Xi'an from the University of South Carolina suggest that the CCP's efforts are driven by desperation. China's economy, once fueled by exports, investments, and consumption, is now stagnant across all fronts. The decline in private enterprise confidence to invest further compounds the problem. Regulatory documents from the CP aimed at encouraging investment and fostering entrepreneurship appear futile, as private enterprises have lost faith in the government's policies. The suppression of private entrepreneurs like Sun Daoyu exemplifies this contradiction. Foreign private companies have also scaled back due to the global trend of decoupling from China, further reducing job opportunities. Multinational corporations are reconsidering their investments in China or entirely exiting the market. The dwindling foreign direct investment, as indicated by World Bank data, paints a grim picture for China's economy. Moreover, billionaire investors like Stanley Freeman Druckenmiller's decision to exclude China from their investment list signifies growing concerns about China's economic prospects and the global impact of the CCP's actions. In sum, the confluence of economic stagnation, governmental suppression, and global shifts is exacerbating unemployment in China. The CCP's attempts to rejuvenate the economy through new guidelines and policies appear desperate in the face of widespread public and foreign investor skepticism. And that is today's episode. If you found this video informative, please subscribe and ring a bell to get notification. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.